former CEO in the Office of the Public Protector has denied claims that he maliciously enforced disciplinary action and suspensions against workers that raised concerns about Busisiwe Mkhwebane's conduct. Vussy Mahlangu is testifying before the Parliamentary inquiry into Mkhwebane on her fitness to hold office. Mahlangu, who was initially reluctant to appear before the Section 194 committee, has been identified as a person who had intimidated, harassed and victimised staff members while in the employ of the Public Protector's office. Newzroom Afrika's Athi Mtongana joins us now. Athi, good afternoon to you. What evidence is this witness bringing?
A very good afternoon to you, Stephen. Well, much of what we're hearing from this new witness before the Section 194 committee, who's a former CEO in the Office of the Public Protector, Mr. Vussy Mahlangu, is him disputing allegations and claims by senior staffers from the Office of the Public Protector, those who are still in office, including the head of the Free State Office, Mr. Samuel, who also gave testimony before the inquiry, as well as former employees of the office by the likes of former senior investigator Mr. Mtongana, that he, Mr. Mahlangu, acted against them for speaking against the conduct of the Public Protector. Right now, MPs are asking him questions based on an affidavit that he deposed that they currently going through as a committee. That particular affidavit basically is one that is outlining his stance and his view, basically coming here to say he's here to clear his name. I want to actually read to you the exact words that he used when he was responding to an ANC MP, Ola, when he asked him about how come do you have so many people from the Office of the Public Protector, particularly senior employees, accusing you of acting against them for instituting disciplinary hearings as well as levelling charges against them, or be it suspending them? Why do you have so many senior officials in the office accusing you of the same thing? And this is his response, Stephen. There is no butchering of labor force. That's basically what he's telling the MPs right now, and that he's saying there was no intimidation on his side and that due processes were followed, and if anyone was facing disciplinary hearings, they had an opportunity to provide evidence before the disciplinary committee chairperson within the Office of the Public Protector. So I'd like us to also listen, Stephen, to what he had to say, because he really dealt a lot with these allegations, because they pertain to charge 4 that is currently before the committee that also implicates Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane. Mr. Mahlangu says that he was not an enforcer of some of the disciplinary hearings against those who were very much questioning the conduct of Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane. So let's listen to what he had to say.
He then goes on that he says he was then not given sufficient notice of the disciplinary proceedings, and the charges was then served on him on the 18th of December, or the disciplinary inquiry to commence on the 21st of December.
Yeah, okay. Again, once I've authorized the investigation, I will know, okay, let me say in this case, once I authorize the disciplinary action, I will know going forward between legal services and the HR how they've handled that. But under normal circumstances, those are the things that whoever is being charged will have the opportunity to present to the chairperson of the disciplinary process to say, but you see, this is how these people are treating me. You see? So Matlawe had all the right and the opportunity to talk to whoever was chairing the disciplinary process about how the organization was treating him. So it's up to the chairperson now to pronounce on that process, the fraud of the process of the disciplinary process.
Mr. Mahlangu, that Mr. Mahlangu is speaking of in this previous bite, is one of many employees within the Office of the Public Protector, including Baloyi, who has come out to say in an affidavit, and he's yet to be called before the committee, saying that Mr. Mahlangu is one person who also interfered with investigations, particularly with that pertaining to Minister Nkwinti. You may recall, Stephen, that this particular witness, Mr. Mahlangu, is a former Deputy Director General in the Department of Land and Reform, and there he was dismissed for misconduct. Out of 8 charges that were leveled against him there, he was found guilty of 6 and is currently disputing that. He's taken that matter on review at the Labour Courts, but while that happens, he has been accused by members within the Office of the Public Protector of not only interfering with investigations, but also playing a hand in being the right-hand man, so to speak, of Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane, to act against those who spoke against her conduct within the office. So I'd like us to listen to what he had to say, because it took a while before he came into public office, given the fact that he was dismissed in the Department of Rural Development and Land Reform. Given the fact that he was dismissed there, it took some time before he actually got security clearance from State Security Agency in order to take up that position of CEO in the office.
I was prohibited for a year, 12 months, before I can rejoin any government institution.
And in essence, by the time you applied for the position at the PPSA, that year had elapsed?
Yes,
right.
I was now eligible.
Now, Athi, I mean, the importance of all of this goes to the context of what was happening in the Public Protector's office as Mkhwebane was sort of asserting herself, taking over the running of the office. Is that right?
That's correct, Stephen. Many of the so-called whistleblowers who have come before the committee, and more that are going to be called, who worked within the Office of the Public Protector, all are making the same accusations, not only against Mr. Mahlangu, who's currently testifying, but against the Public Protector. And so it would have been interesting, Stephen, to hear how Advocate Dalimpofu would have labelled this particular witness, because the previous witnesses who were vehemently speaking against the conduct of Advocate Busisiwe Mkhwebane, he labelled them disgruntled employees. It would have been interesting then to hear how Advocate Bofu would label this witness, because he's seemingly one that was, according to the whistleblowers, was working alongside with the Public Protector to basically not do what they were supposed to do in that particular institution in terms of playing their role as the executive in that office. And so what Mr. Mahlangu is doing right now is to try and clear his name, but the allegations against him are what MPs are speaking to, saying, why would so many people, particularly senior employees in the Office of the Public Protector, all make the same accusations against you? And so that's what he's responding to currently.
Athi Mtongana, thank you very much indeed, covering those hearings for us. Important developments there.